Alright, well, first thing I'm going to do is I'll start with this box car here. This is a type of freight cars that as time goes on I'll add to the weathering tutorial on how to weather them. A tank car will be a little bit trickier than a box car because of all the wires going around, especially if you're dealing something with that's more expensive, like an Atlas or micro engineering box car. So let me go ahead and take the trucks off, and the bottom here, let me see if this thing's gonna fight me or not. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take probably the bottom off. It was fighting me earlier, so I'll just take my little screwdriver here and slip it in and lift the bottom out. Go ahead and pry it underneath there. There we go. Pry it underneath right there. Okay, so now we got bottom off. The truck's over to the side here. Now you're going to see what I'm going to do with the coat hanger. Let me go ahead and take the coat hanger and cut it up here. And you probably either need to get your own stash of coat hangers or get prior approval from your significant other before you trash these things. There's one. You'd want to get in trouble with the higher powers that are in the house. Oh, okay, there we go. Alright, well, we're not going to hang anything on that anymore. Alright, you may be wondering, what's this guy doing with this coat hanger? Well, you're probably going to want to have something to hold your car while you dust it, so you probably see where I'm going with this. Voila. Keep your fingers off. You've got access to it all the way around, and works pretty slick. Nice cheap way of supporting your car. You can get special vices that have little attachments that'll hold your rolling stock with special little clamps and stuff like that. And if you have the money for it, that's great. But if you're a dirt cheap modeler, or let's say modeling on a budget like me, this will just do just fine. And if you have your vise, even better. Rather than having to hold it in your hand like that, you can just clamp it in here. Whoa, like that. Oh, let me back the zoom up on this, and you can see what I've done there. Voila. Cheap vise, coat hanger, supports your car. So, doesn't get anything better than that. At least I like the price on it. Anyway, let me take this off here. And this also comes in handy when you're ready to spray your matte finish around the outside. You can just bring this whole unit outside and just spray it. You know, I mean, who cares if you get some gunk on your little vise here? I mean, this thing's going to get beat up anyway, so, okay, moving right along. Oh, well, let me clip this a little shorter here. That's a little bit, do that. Okay, a little bit more even there. That's more like it. And if there's not enough tension here, if it just kind of wobbles a little bit, you can always make adjustments to your coat hanger. Bend it out a little bit. Not too much. You don't want to apply too much tension. This will hold it a little bit better. The natural tension of the metal will secure your car. So anyway, let's move right along to our pastels. And what we're going to do now is make some powder for ourselves. And this is where the 220 grit paper comes in handy, like that, okay? And all you do, you take your chalk, like this, and just do that. Oops, I'll get my big fat hand out of the way. And you can see, got some nice chalk coming off of there, nice powder. Let's do that for a little bit. Okay, let me give a close-up so you get a better view of what I'm doing. Zoom, zoom, zoom. There you go. So you got a nice little pile of dust there. And it's a nice, you don't want to go with anything coarser because you want the powder to be, well, fairly powdery. You don't want a coarse powder. You want a nice fine powder. And so 220 grit paper, and this is waterproof paper. You can just use any variety sandpaper from your hardware store. That is 220 grit, and that will be more than adequate. So I've got my first color, or at least what I want, done. Now I'm just going to take this and dump it in here. Alright, so I got my supply of this tan coloring. I'm not sure what color this is. Maybe it's the sienna. It's an earth tone, okay? It's a light earth tone. I'm going to go ahead and powder up all my other colors, so I won't bore you to death watching me do this, but you kind of get the idea of how to create your powder. So I'll be back in a bit.